Hiya, I'm Jessa Phillips, also known as Sultry Minx Zoe, and it is Vlog Every Day in April, and it's April 2nd, and you're probably wondering, where's your video for April 1st? We're just going to consider that an April Fool's thing. So, yes, Vlog Every Day in April. I am committed to doing this year. I really wanted to do it for a few years now, and could not do it for whatever reason. And so this year I'm committed for a couple of reasons. The first being I really need some sort of disciplined scheduling thing in my life right now. So we're going to do this. And the other is, I wanted to do more with video. With the website, we've been thinking about moving into video for a while now. And so this is sort of my trial run, I guess. So Vlog Every Day in April. This is the first video. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and some of the projects that are going on, because I guess that's where I need to start. So, for those of you who do know me, thank you so much. You probably follow me on Twitter or know me from my website, gettobeageek.com. And so this is just amazing, and I'm glad you found me, and I hope that this will provide some sort of entertainment. For those of you who do not know me, I am an uber geek. I love all things sci-fi, anime, comics. Sadly, my backlog of knowledge in comics is woefully lacking, but I'm trying to resolve that. So, but sci-fi, web series, video games, technology, gadgets, I'm all there. I'm on board the bus. And so I have this website, gettobeageek.com, where we sort of cover all of that. But we welcome geeks of all genres, or all topics. Really, all that's important to us is that you have passion for something. So if sports are your passion, great. That's fine. We encourage you to stop by. Music is your thing, great. We want you to come geek out about that. We embrace all geeks of all nations. So my primary focus is video games because I love them. I am a gamer girl. I am not your typical gamer girl either. I am one of those girls that plays hack and slash and first-person shooters. I like violence, and I'm not ashamed of that. So, yeah, Street Fighter 4, I'm there. Gears of War, thank you very much. Assassin's Creed, God of War, that is my franchise. So these are the games I play, and I love them. And if you have a problem with that, I'm very sorry. That's your problem. Anyhow, short of talking about my love of games, one of the things that I do through the website is I produce a broadcast, an internet broadcast called Good to Be a Gamer, where my friend Dave and I sit down almost every week and we talk about what's going on as far as news in the industry. And then we sort of break it down and give you our honest opinion as to how that might affect gamers who are actually playing these consoles, who are actually playing these games. And it is our honest opinion. We are not out to brown nose. We're not looking to gain any points with any publishers or developers. This is really about our honest to goodness feelings about these games and the gameplay experience. And I think that sort of helps. It's been popular amongst our listeners, I think. So we've not gotten any hate mail yet, so that's great. And if you are interested in checking it out, please do so. You can hit up the website, gettobeageek.com, or Get to Be a Gamer is available on iTunes or Stitcher. We also stream through the Evo gaming console, and there's always an RSS feed that you can just plug into your podcast manager and do that. The other thing that I'm really heavily involved in right now is Game of Thrones. So I produce another podcast called Storm of Words, and that is gearing up since season 3 of Game of Thrones just aired on HBO, the premiere episode this week. We are going to be kicking that off again. We're going to start with season 3, and we're going to follow the series throughout. So every week there'll be a new episode where we're going to break down the episode, And then we're going to go back and we're going to revisit the previous the previous seasons, as well as the novels and how they relate to one another. And later there'll be some character studies, and we have a lot planned for that podcast. So if you are in any way, shape, or form a Game of Thrones fan, whether it's a fan of the novels or the television series, or maybe even the video games, you may want to stop by, take a listen, subscribe. We would love you for it. So that is something that I'm doing as well. I recently, this week, tonight even, I got to record a guest episode for Sean Castic. You can find them at seancastic.com, covering all things geeky, nerdy, and pop culture. And this week we talked about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, because I'm a fan, from the original series to the live-action films, and even the current rebooted series. So that was a lot of fun. An epic episode, which I believe will actually post tomorrow. So if you love turtles, check out seancastic.com. And that's SeanCastic.com. And while you're there, actually check out his wife Laura. Has this great little business, Popcycled Baubles, on Etsy, and it's amazing. She does all sorts of like little accessories, but a lot of them are like comic inspired, so she sort of repurposes comics to make these lovely baubles that are fantastic and very well made, and they're just great people, and I love them so much. And you should support them, because they do good work and their heart is 100% in it. And they also produced the Women of Geekdom calendar. So definitely check that out. It's this amazing project where these bunch of women got together and did different cosplay scenes to create this calendar for charity. And it's an amazing project. And it sort of is out there to embrace women in all their forms, who love the geekery and just sort of be this like welcoming place, and be a voice out there for women in the culture. So great thing, definitely worth the time and effort, and they're beautiful. I mean, the women are beautiful, the shots are great. It's definitely worth the buy, and you're doing something good to help charity, so head on over. And that's at womenofgeekdom.com. So, in addition to that, let's see. So, last week, I think it was, I got to guest on an episode of Earth Station 1 and talk about Game of Thrones, because I love it so much. And so that was a great episode, and you guys should definitely check them out. They cover a lot of geeky topics. And they actually have a whole network of podcasts, so they have ones that cover Doctor Who specifically, so you can listen to Earth Station Who. But they also are affiliated with Transmissions from Atlantis, which is another great podcast with Rita and Jason De La Torre. And so you can check all that out over at earthstation1.com. And I've been lucky enough to be a guest on several episodes of Earth Station 1. So the ESO podcast is really just great fun. Every episode is really interesting, and so they always have an interview with somebody in the geek culture. Usually it's an author or sometimes a filmmaker, and they're really interesting conversations. So not only are we going to talk about something that is popular in terms of pop culture and the geekery, but there's also something sort of new and exciting, and you get a bit of backstory, so that's always fun. And then coming up this week, so I was at PAX East a little over a week ago now, and so we have plenty of PAX East coverage coming. I'm very sorry for the delay, but I needed to decompress. For those of you who don't know, like, PAX East is a marathon. It's at the BCEC in Boston, and that place is an airport hangar. It really is. It's like its own terminal, And to walk around that place for 3 days, for like 16 hours a day, it's a bit much. But it's so much fun. And, even then you don't sleep. You just go hang out with friends, play board games, and have a great time. And so I got to do all of that, and it was wonderful. But we're going to have some coverage this week. Actually, just the other day, I recorded sort of a wrap up with Nicole Wakelin, who's a total fangirl at totalfangirl.com. She also writes for Geek Mom and Nerd Approved. And so she joined me to talk all about PAX, the games we played, the panels we saw, other just great geekery that happens. Also, Good to Be a Gamer is coming back, and our first regular episode is going to tape tomorrow on Thursday. Tomorrow on Thursday. No, wait, this is Tuesday. Sorry. So in 2 days we tape that, and so we're going back to our regular format. We're going to talk about news, but Dave's also going to talk about his past PAX experience, because he hasn't had a chance to do that yet, and I'm sure he got to see a lot more of the indie games than I did, because the indie games took over PAX East, which was amazing. And Nicole and I are going to talk a little bit about the tone and the feeling that's associated with having so many indie developers on hand for something like PAX East. And I guess for now, that's it. This is Vlog Every Day in April. This is day 1. Well, day 2. That was my dog that you just saw, Molly. And she just wanted to make her on-screen debut. But yeah, so I guess that's going to do it for day 1 of VEDA. Yay! So the vlog every day in April. First day. Feel accomplished. So hopefully I keep up with this. That is my plan. Vlog every day in April. And I hope you guys keep me to that, because I may need your help. So if you want to just check out some of the sites that I talked about, some of the podcasts that I talked about, that would be fantastic. And I know that those other producers would really appreciate it. And I will have links to everything in the naughty bar, as we like to call it, below. So there'll be all of the links to everything I just spewed off to you. And I'm very sorry, because it's really early in the morning. It's really early in the morning, late in the day, depending on where you are. And so I'm going back to work now. Yeah.